Hey y'all, it's your girl Cardi B. We at that Revolve Fest. I'm about to hit the stage in a little bit, but first let's do a quick rapid fire. So I could just walk in like, without even screaming, yeah. She's just gonna always, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's a statement. All this.
She got a BBL. They ain't gonna make it. They not gonna make it, dog. They're not gonna make it.
Did you notice Cardi B's weird-looking butt at the music festival? There were even some odd-looking lines showing up. Some people think her butt implants are starting to fail.
So Cardi B is getting mad over pics that were took of her while she was performing at Coachella and were posted on Getty. And she actually requested and paid, I don't know who, to just remove these pics.
Her buttocks have clearly sagged. However, now the line of her buttocks is no longer upward, but shows an obvious tendency to sag.
And she actually said that someone edited these pics and they were not real. But how could it be edited if it's posted on Getty? Like, I don't understand. But also people got videos of her, so...
BBL or natural?
I prefer natural.
Thank you. That's what I'm talking about, man. I be telling these females, man, they tripping, man.
It's the BBLs ain't what y'all think it is. First of all, the bigger it is, the harder it is to keep it clean. You put that extra flesh back there, that's not a nerve ending back there, okay? So you don't know if you getting all the crevices and stuff until it's too late.
I ain't even thought about
Extra
that part.
cushion.
Hold up, Church.
She thinking she cleaning, wiping, and it's all kind of, you know what I'm saying?
Got to
Literally.
be more careful.
If your BBL is stinking a year into the process, you might have some, like, it could be your crotch. I don't think it's the BBL itself. It might be a wound or one of the holes. To which I would say go to your nearest hospital immediately because it's probably rotting.
Allegedly, folks who were in close range at the Coachella bar said the air got thick real fast when her and her new crew started twerking. Word on the street is that it was less body yaddy yaddy and more bacteria. I'm sorry, but the girl said it was humid back there. One person said she looked like she was finna topple over. Another said her ain't even match the rhythm no more. It's like her was in a different time zone than her hit. Cardi been going through it ever since Offset allegedly dipped for good. And ever since then, baby girl been trying to rebuild herself like a Sims character with unlimited mods. Chin tweaked, nose carved up, waist snatched to the point it looked like she holding in a cough, and them hips giving oversized turkey leg at the state fair.
One, I was telling y'all how my sit down ear was stinking real bad, and it got to the point to where I had to carry around a bottle of air freshener or a bottle of perfume, because when I would use public restrooms, it would stink so bad and the smell would linger. It was like an embarrassment. I didn't want to come out the bathroom with it smelling like that and someone else was waiting at the door. When I say that BBL really ruined my life, I even lost my boyfriend behind it. He was telling me the whole time, like, you're stinking real bad down there and I can't stomach it. First I'm in denial, like, no, you're hating, you're mad, I got a BBL. It was the truth. It got to the point to where I would be washing my laundry, weekly, like I've been doing before I got the BBL. When I would get my laundry out of the dryer, it would still smell like that raw eating flesh.
While it's healing, fluid swells up because you swell. So with the lymphatic drainage for the first couple days, your holes will still be open. It's not gonna smell good because it's literally pus and blood and from your body. It's disgusting. Another reason it stinks is because you're in a faja. You're compressed because we don't want you to swell. You're in the same faja 4 days, a lot of times. You're sweating and you have your natural must and you have a lot of smells mixing together. You still have to you still have to, and you cannot necessarily clean yourself as good as you might need. Again, this faja hasn't been cleaned, so it has doo-doo niblets, driblets of pee, pus coming out of you, and you're in that faja for like 3 days, 4 days. That's what y'all are smelling.
Somebody said that it smelled like hot Velveeta and Sephora setting spray. Somebody else said it was given gym locker. Now, I wasn't there, so we gonna say allegedly, but baby, when the internet start describing the error in your section, you know it's time to reevaluate.
Let me tell you something. When an ugly hit on you is expected because, I mean, hello. But when a pretty hates on you, it's like, damn, how you a bad you can take me.
A lot of these just get their bodies done and change their attitudes. They change their bodies and then change their attitudes. Like, you still got some bad. How you got a bad attitude now, but you still got some bad good?
You want answers? I think I'm entitled. You want answers? I want the truth! You can't handle the truth!
Ladies, gentlemen, and polite savages, you are now about to witness a journey sure to anger modern women and struggle rapper fans alike. So there's nothing else left to do but get on into it. Let's go.
Well, polite savages, it looks like the rumors seem to be true. Well, not maybe in Cardi B's case, that's all allegedly, but it seems like the BBLs are very smelly for all the ladies. Now, ladies, I know it's a big quick come up on a big payday, using your good looks, your big old butt, to come off a fast check on a man, and especially an athlete. But what happens when your big old booty meat smells like athlete's feet? The cheese from up under that man's nuts, combined with your worst yeast infection you ever had in your life from those booty injections. But it never ceases to amaze me how the ladies will risk all life and limb, get themselves all pinned with so many needles, just so they can stun on other women on social media by parading around a buns they did not even do any kind of hard work in the gym for. Bent over on all four and get your mind out the gutter. I'm not talking about the sex, but I'm talking about the long trek, flight back, all the way back to the States after they got themselves a discounted BBL from a back alley, third-rate, shady doctor from right across the border and overseas. Where I'm gonna have to give it a shout out to this next lady here to go ahead and tell how the nightmarish fears of the BBL smell came to reality after a 1-year journey with her BBL.
BBL really ruined my life. I even lost my boyfriend behind it. He was telling me the whole time, like, you're stinking real bad down there and I can't stomach it. First I'm in denial, like, no, you're hating, you're mad, I got a BBL. It was the truth. It got to the point to where I would be washing my laundry, weekly, like I've been doing before I got the BBL. When I would get my laundry out of the dryer, it would still smell like that raw eating flesh. I really was like...
Getting a BBL when you're broke is what's causing BBL smell. You think a BBL is just the price for the surgery. Those massages after are very important. I did a massage like every day for 2 months. When you get surgery, you have to drain out those fluids. Those massages drain you. And then you need to detox. Some of you just don't care. Some of you are too broke.
Just because I wasn't afraid to get on here and say my BBL smelled like dumpster juice and y'all don't make me the villain. When you go through it, get through it, and heal through it, you are able to talk about it. And those that got the skeletons trapped in their closet will envy you. Y'all made up every excuse to why my BBL was stinking. I wasn't washing up. I didn't have money to pay for massages. Instead of just saying, oh, her body rejected it like I told y'all in the first place.
Now, polite savages, I know we're gonna tell this lady she should never have done the BBL surgery in the first place. But everyone makes mistakes. And she's there taking accountability, trying to give the warning to all the women out there to think twice if they're gonna take a flight down across over the border, get cut up and sliced and diced, fat injections into their butt from a doctor who may possibly be the last time a prospective BBL influencer sees with that final cut.
SZA recently came out and said she regretted getting a BBL. Have you talked to anybody?
Yeah.
Have you talked to anyone that regret, like, whatever you do, don't do this?
She stopped by the British Vogue and she actually finally admitted to getting a Brazilian butt lift. And she talks about it in detail that it's not what it's cracked up to be. She says, hey, I'm so mad I did the ish. I gained all this weight from being immobile while recovering and trying to preserve the fat. It was just so stupid, but who gives a F? You got a BBL, you realize you didn't need the ish.
Something as a family doctor, I'm often talking with my patients who are interested about plastic surgery, as I might have to do pre-op evaluations or give guidance, etc. You know, one thing that you should know is that over the years, BBLs or Brazilian butt lifts, by the way, that's a procedure where fat is taken from the abdomen, the belly, or the low back or something like that and placed in the buttocks. Over the last few years, it's been recognized the higher mortality and higher complication rate that surgery has compared to other plastic surgeries. And as a result, a task force was developed to develop safer surgical procedures for surgeons. So it's not to say that you can't get a BBL, you just need to really be thoughtful about your surgeon. By the way, only get a surgeon who is board certified by the American Board of Plastic Surgery. Make sure that you do your homework, make sure that your doctor talks to you about the risks versus the benefits.
And of course, you know the sisterhood is a rah-rah, get-along gang. They don't want to change a damn thing in what they could do to obtain and retain the man. But they'll invest and put the money into rearranging their face, liposuctioning their guts, and plumping up their butt. They're going to keep cheerleading each other on, even though they know that in doing so, it's the wrong thing to do, where health issues will arise and jeopardize these ladies' life.
No, the girls that I talk to, they be like,
Girl, do
that
that.
look good. I don't know about nothing, but that is eating right there. I be like, let me feel that. That's nice. No, I will say though, I do feel like I have had some girls who do like the quick trying to lose weight.
Yeah.
All of a sudden, like maybe you got a shoot coming up and you trying to do something. But that is the only thing where I feel like it's like, yeah, I just poisoned myself for no reason. But yeah, no, none of the girls that I met really regret that. I think you got to be careful though, because everything's a trend. So it's here today, gone tomorrow, but they be looking good to me.
But here as Coco Jones does this double speak. And if you read between the lines, you see what she really means. And you'll see she'll not put herself at risk of going under that surgery knife. Because she knows, as we all know, that these ladies are not doing the most in keeping themselves clean. The wounds tend to fester and not heal. And what does it do but pus and blood all come running out? Then what happens next is their bodily fluids is worse than the smell of bad sex, flooding right into our nostrils, where it will be easy to see and identify these ladies with their fake surgery enhancements. That she right there is the culprit and scoundrel, smelling like that from under cheese, between her legs and from all of her holes, coming out with the most putrid and foul smells indeed.
Well, there's a lot of girls that I used to work in the strip club that they always want to get surgery. And it's like, oh my gosh, you look amazing. They have like 3 or 4 or 5 surgeries and they just want to keep on going to Colombia and keep doing it all over and over again. And I just don't be understanding why. You can't change them. The only way you can change them and change self-esteem is if they go to therapy. So you're therapy.
That's all I got for you, you polite savages. Like and subscribe. Hit us up on all social media networks.
We found true happiness.